Hello, thank you for clicking on this video. My name is Dale. This channel is DLJ from PA. I am a part-time reseller on eBay, Poshmark, Mercari, and Facebook Marketplace. And I do have a full-time job from 8 to 5, Monday through Friday. So I'm fitting in reselling after hours and on the weekend for the most part. Today's video is a Monday morning coffee talk, And Monday morning coffee talk videos are typically where I tell you about what has sold in the past week. I didn't do them for the month of March, and instead I just summed up March at the end, but some people do like seeing what sold videos on a more regular basis. So today's question of the day is, what types of reselling videos are your favorite? And it's multiple choice. So we have what sold videos, unboxings, thrift with me, thrift hauls, and last but certainly not least, I'm forgetting. Vlog style videos. So do you like to see a day in the life of a reseller? So if you could do me a favor and leave a comment with your choice of the options, I'll remind you of those options in the description below. I would really appreciate hearing from you, especially since I have so many new subscribers. And in case you missed it, I passed that magical 1,000 subscriber mark. Woo! And it was all thanks to my friend Kat over at the Nurse Flipper, along with her guests on last Tuesday's live show, who were Jocelyn from Crazy Lamp Lady and Misty from Thrifter Junker Vintage Hunter, which is a really fun name. Thank you so much to all of you who tuned into that live and decided to hit that subscribe button for me. I appreciate that, and I hope that you'll continue to enjoy watching my videos. As always, if you would do me the favor of hitting that thumbs up, it really does help the channel. And if you're not subscribed, hit that subscribe button and the bell button to be alerted when I post new content. All right, so wrapping up this past week of sales, which is from March 28th to April 3rd, 2021, I had 14 sales. And as a part-time reseller, I say that I do try to average at least one sale a day, so 7 for the week. Obviously with 14, I'm very happy with that week. I had 11 sales on eBay, 2 on Poshmark, and 1 sale from a YouTube viewer. Thank you, Shar. My sales for the week, gross sales were $234.48. And then after fees, cost of goods, and shipping, my net profit was $113.88. So it wasn't the biggest sales, but it was a lot of little sales. And some of that was by design, because during the listing challenge, I listed some items that mainly DVDs, which aren't big money winners, but I was hoping that they might be faster sales and help maybe spur some of that magical eBay algorithm and help me get some of those bigger sales. So our first sale on eBay was a Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles GameCube game, which sold for $12, and buyer did pay shipping. I picked that up for about $2.20. It was part of a lot of games that I picked up at a recent estate haul. And my net profit on that item was $8.86. The next item that sold was a Coach Brown hobo bag from one of my recent ThreadUp unboxings. And it sold for $40 with the buyer paying shipping. As you know, those purses cost me $20 a piece. So after fees and cost of goods, I still came out with about a $17.40 profit. Next on eBay, this one kind of made me laugh because I felt like it was out of nowhere. And it was one of those items that was part of an estate box lot that I picked up. It was my dollar estate haul that I've referenced often. It was like a bunch of sporting goods things at the end of the estate. And it also had the Kermit the Frog and Miss Piggy figurines, as well as a few pairs of brand new golf shoes. So those were why I picked it up. but there were other items in the lot, and as long as I have them, I might as well list them. So this item was a brand new whistle. Yes, like a refereeing whistle. So it was a Fox 40 Classic official whistle with black lanyard, and it was P-less. So it doesn't have that little, the little P inside the whistle. So I guess that makes a difference. I don't know. In any event, it was brand new in the package, and it sold for $9, free shipping. I basically didn't really have anything in this because I'm already in the profit on that. So I made about a $4 profit after shipping. Next, I sold a set of 3 bangle bracelets, which I did list during the listing challenge. And they sold for $9.99 with the buyer. No, they had free shipping. I probably had about $3 into those. So after fees, cost of goods, and shipping, I only got about a $3 profit. But again, I just think that any sale is a good sale on eBay. Next was a new with tags, Kate Spade, New York. It was called On the Dot. It was a black bracelet that was part of a ThredUp unboxing I recently did. That sold for $28, and I think the buyer only paid tax, so free shipping. My cost with each item in those lots is about $3.33, so I'm still left with about a $19 profit on that bracelet. The next item that sold on eBay was a Grand Theft Auto 5 PlayStation 3 game with the manual, which sold for $8 with $1.99 shipping. So on some of these items, I started throwing, instead of doing free shipping, I played around with $1.99 shipping to at least like split the cost. I know it's going to be about $3 or $4 first class to ship these games out. So the buyer was $9.99 all in, and I have about a $3 profit after all is said and done. Next, I sold a pair of pink Aurora Borealis clip-on earrings that were like this big teardrop dangle. They were very pretty, and they sold for $14.99. Buyer paid shipping, and I believe that those came in a big estate haul, so I probably only had about $1 into them, and I have about a $13 profit. Next on eBay, another item from a ThredUp jewelry unboxing I recently did, a long Ann Taylor Loft necklace sold for $12 with free shipping. After fees, cost of goods, I have about a $6 profit. I sold a Surf's Up DVD for $4.99. I'm not sure if the buyer paid shipping or not, but I have about a $2.50 profit after all is said and done. Then I sold a Napier vintage rhinestone bracelet that had a fold-over clasp for $10 with free shipping. My cost of goods was very low, again, about $1, so I got about a $6 profit out of that. Then, switching over to Poshmark, I sold a pair of Lily Pulitzer size 7 GG wedge, and these were a very interesting gold metallic wedge heel slingback, and they sold for $30. And I think that Lily Pulitzer shoes, these shoes were quality. I could tell when I saw them in the store. I picked them up at a Goodwill, but the insides of the shoes had significant scratching, so I did have to note that in the listing. Otherwise, I think these would have sold much higher because they were a very high quality shoe. They just very nice. After my cost of goods, which was only about $7.49 on these shoes, then I did still have about a $16 profit. Also on Poshmark, I sold another one of those college t-shirts that we had from when my daughters were touring colleges. This one was from Washington University in St. Louis, and it was a long sleeve green tee, which sold for $15. And because that was our own stock, then the only fee was the 20% Poshmark fee of $3. So I had a $12 profit. That's why we say start with items that you have if you're a reseller who's just getting started, because I had all of these college t-shirts that were just sitting around, and I've gradually been selling them off. And when you have zero cost of goods, the profit adds up. My last sale over on eBay was a large cuff style bracelet that had some turquoise color in it and like a tribal design. It was very unique. That sold for $12.99 with the buyer paying shipping. I had this listed for a very long time, so it was one of those items that I was so happy to see the sale come through. After cost of goods and fees and shipping, I had about a $10 profit. Those are my sales for the week. And at the end of this Monday morning coffee talk, I thought that I would share some vlog style footage with you as I took inventory of my reselling room again and tried to straighten it up. I also recently invested in some new lights, which are here. They're LED style lights in my photo tent, which is where I have my camera today. And so I filmed some footage of getting that set up. I hope you'll find it interesting. Take a look. Let me know what you think. This is so embarrassing, but again, my space is a disaster and it needs to be straightened up. Now I have empty boxes over here. Things to be listed still sitting here, though I did do good at listing some things. I think my biggest source of frustration is my desk, which is like really not functional, except for this tiny little spot where I take pictures. So I really need to think about rearranging and making the space functional. Okay, so I think that first I'm going, like some of these are empty boxes, but it's taking up so much room. So I need to flatten these boxes, decide if I'm reusing them. And I feel like then I can start to tackle this stuff and the desk. So let's see. This was my last fun box, as this I can reuse. But see, I just throw it on the desk. These things all need to be listed. So, okay, this has purchase. That also needs to be listed. And I need to reach out to Thrift up about that wallet. This was a video game that was included in a recent lot that I purchased. No disc. Can I sell just the case? Doubtful. So maybe this will be the start of a donate pile. So I'll just put that there. Now what? Here to be listed. I think maybe I should just research if this is even worth listing. Sugarloaf, cute Halloween plush. Yeah, I think that I saw him when we put him out this year and I was like, I really don't need to keep putting this bear out. I'm not big into decorating. Okay, we'll throw him with to be listed. We do have an auction coming up with Flippin' Flamingos, and I think that maps are going to be some of the items that I auction off during that. I also do have some Pyrex. Maybe I'll do those. This is another cool item. If you remember, I showed you this during my estate haul. This Pirate's House, Savannah, Georgia mug. And one of these sold for like 60 bucks or something. So I forget what I have mine listed for, but I was pretty excited to see that. But he's listed and needs a spot in a listed box. And I have room in a box because I sold that dress recently. So I'm going to turn you off to update my listing so I know where to find him, because that will frustrate the tar out of me later if I don't just do that now. I should go get my laptop. So I brought my laptop, but also brought up a Goodwill bag. Can't help myself. I actually hadn't stepped inside a thrift store in over a month. So I was going through withdrawals. All right, I'm going to update my listing for that mug. I'm going to come to my eBay and click on selling. And then I'm in the seller hub. I will click on listings, active. And then I will search that the item title contains skull. It better contain skull. All right. So look at that. I actually have 3 items that have skulls, but that is the one I'm talking about. You can see I have it listed for $48, but this custom label section is where I want to put B. A B. Submit. All right, there we go. And that simple step will save me a lot of frustration later when that mug sells and I need to find it. I have this handy tote here, which is currently not being very handy. So it's like scrapbook paper and construction paper. So the scrapbooking paper, that whole bag, tote, is scrapbooking stuff. This is really like my kids' stuff, and they don't even probably know it's in there. So that's a silly place for it. Let's find a better place. Right, in my daughter's room. Much more sense. So now I have this tote in here that I can use to pull out and easily access things that I need. This needs to be listed, but I just ordered batteries. I didn't have that 377 battery, but they just came in. That's one of the items sitting over there. So I can change that battery, make sure it works, and get it listed. All right, I want to figure out a better solution than this bag, which keeps tipping over my acids. So what can we use? Let me look around. All right, here's what I've come up with. So I have this plastic shoebox that I put some of the other items that I use for jewelry in here. And then I think I will be able to put the testing acids right here, and hopefully they will stay upright in this small space. Yeah, I'm just not crazy about this. It's gross. I can't even put my hand in there anymore. I think that this 22K acid must be really toxic. Like, look at how it changed the top. Eugh. Scary. And yes, I should have gloves on, but I don't. And there's the silver acid. So those are there. It would be good for me to put something else beside them so it doesn't move around. Here we go. I have this that I use for bracelets. Yeah. All right. So maybe now I can put this in that tote. So here's the tote. This is actually an old listing gun from my Just Between Friends day for tagging clothes. Oh man. Well, do I like that? That it's like resting on the lip? That might be useful. Because then it's up top and other things that I don't need as often can be down. So obviously I need a storage for to be listed jewelry that is currently just messing up this desk. Let's see what I can come up with. All right, I did have this handy box that matches the other box that I think I'm going to just start throwing the to be listed items in here. All right, I moved that stuff that's to be listed. I'm super excited to finally replace what I've been calling my janky magnet with a nice official magnet. So yes, and it's telescoping. Look how big it got. Isn't that fun? But yes, this is great for testing jewelry for precious metals like this. Hang on. This pin backing, not a precious metal. It sticks. The safety pin, not a precious metal. Now I'm thinking, like I have these two items that I need to well, that needs to be cleaned first. I have to get this sticker off. And this is a pair of Linda Farrow glasses, which I need to photograph and list. So now I'm reevaluating my listing area, but the nice thing is now I can actually have my computer here with me. Oh look, a straight item. And I can take my photos and list some stuff. And I'm feeling, this needs to get thrown out, feeling much better about my desk space. I bought these lights to use in my collapsible photo tent. So let's see if that's going to work out. So I'm thinking of putting these LED strips all around it on the outside so it can filter through the tent material, but hopefully brighten it up from all angles. Let's see. Okay, before I get ahead of myself, I'm going to plug them in and see how bright they are. I thought you were seeing them. Ha ha ha. Okay, so yes, that's as bright as they go. That's what they look like. Okay, first challenge I realized is that, of course, the sticky tape is on the back. And I was going to put it on the outside, but then the sticky part is up. So I guess it is meant to go on the inside. Wish I could test it out. Okay, there was really no way to test it out, so I just had to rip off the Band-Aid and go with sticking them on and seeing how it went. So here is what I've done. The only problem is that I got them all around this side, but then decided that the top was more important than getting them down that side. And then you can see that's where I ran out. But what I used to do was use these two floodlights on either side with bright white light bulbs. And then I have this Verilux Happy Light, which is supposed to, be like natural light. And so I'm usually like holding this for the front light, or sometimes I would just plop it on the top for top light. But I'm hoping this solves my jewelry lighting challenges. What do you think? In the continuing saga of the new lights in my photo tent, when I came back the next day, the stickiness had not lasted and they all fell down from the ceiling. So I put them back up, and you can see like I put safety pins through it at certain points to anchor it. I think I need to put a few more in so that it really does stay where it's supposed to. But I reconfigured them. I figured since I do have this light on top that I can use, then I'm not going to worry about them on top so much. And I got some at the front, which I think will help with that front lighting. And I did take a whole bunch of photos today of jewelry items, and it seemed to work out really well. So I'm happy with the light situation. Thank you so much for being here, and I'll catch you next time.